Hello collectors, Joseph Prodzik here with Statue Review. Welcome to episode 2 of Statue Talk. In this week's episode, I have previews from Pop Culture Shock, McFarlane Toys, Kotobukiya, Prime 1, and XM Studios. I also have pre-orders from Pop Culture Shock, Sideshow Collectibles, and more. So thanks for joining me on this week's episode. Now let's get started. In this week's previews, I'm going to start with Pop Culture Shock. First up, we have a preview of the 1/3 Conan piece from PCS. It seems that the 1/3 trend in statues isn't going away anytime soon, and it looks like PCS has actually a really good statue on their hands. The sculpt of this Conan looks really good. Next up, we have Judge Dredd. This is the movie version of Judge Dredd and is a statue I'm looking forward to. You can see they've got some amazing details on this statue. From the recently released Street Fighter V is the Ken statue. Now the statue is going to be available for pre-order on Monday the 22nd. So far they've shown off 3 different versions, with a mystery version to be revealed on February 21st. There's the regular version of Ken in his red costume. He only comes with 1 head. There's the exclusive version of Ken in his red costume, and he comes with 2 heads. And then there's the blue version of Ken, who also comes with 2 heads. I really like what PCS is showing us with this piece. And as I've already ordered Nash from the Street Fighter V line, I think this is one I'm definitely going to be picking up. I'll have some more details for you of that pre-order in the pre-order section a little bit later in the show. Next up, we have the Daryl Dixon resin statue from McFarlane Toys. Now in the past I've been known to buy some McFarlane toys. They tend to be more action figure-y than some other companies, but this one is a resin statue, so this one is a little bit different. It's 10 inches tall. It's going to be available in July of 2016, and it's going to retail for around $295. So that's a good statue for the Walking Dead fans. And I've seen some of those statues that they've released before. They do look pretty good. Next up, we have a couple of statues from Kotobukiya. Kotobukiya is known for their smaller 1/10 scale statues, and they can be a little bit more reasonably priced than their bigger counterparts. First up, we have the Joker New 52 Artifacts Plus statue. So if you're collecting their New 52 or their Bat Family ranges, then this could be one that you'll want to add to your collection. Next up, we have the Alien Artifacts Plus statue, which Kotobukiya also released a video for, which I'll post a link to in the comments. I don't know if it shows it in the video, but a lot of the Kotobukiya statues have a lot of different ways that they can be posed. They're kind of like action figures where their arms and legs can be changed out to have different styles. And someone even posted one where this guy was sticking on the wall. So it's a really kind of unique piece, and it's more reasonably priced for an Alien piece. The other Alien pieces available from Sideshow tend to be a lot more expensive. Next up, we have some previews from Prime 1 Studios. First up, they showed us a close-up of the Batman Ben Affleck, the half scale from Batman vs. Superman. And looking at this face close-up, they just did an amazing job with the details. I don't have room in my room for a half-scale piece, but for those that do, I think you're going to be in for a treat. Next up, we have another teaser from Prime 1's New 52 range. This time they're showing off their Superman statue, which looks pretty good and is one I'm going to have my eye on, because I really like the New 52 art style and I think I'll be adding those to my collection whenever they do get released. Next, we have a concept image of what Prime 1 is calling a Bat Knight. Now, this concept is being developed by Prime 1, and they have a storyline in mind, but they have solicited some ideas from the fans. So if you take a look at this picture and you want to share your ideas, go ahead and join the Prime 1 Collectors group on Facebook. You'll find the link in the comment section below. They post a lot of previews there, a lot of news, a lot of updates, and they even like to hear and take a lot of ideas from the fans. This can include some criticism of their statues if you don't like a face sculpt, or don't like something about the statue, or have suggestions or ideas. You can share it there, and they might not necessarily change their statues based on all those ideas, but they do take everyone's opinions into account, and they do listen to their fans, which is really good. So one thing that came up was after showing this Bat Knight, was a lot of people were asking, are there too many Batman statues? Now for me, I don't think there can ever be too many Batman statues, but even as a collector of Batman statues, with so many great Batman statues coming out at the same time, it can be a little overwhelming. And even I don't have enough room in my budget and enough room in my collection to get them all. So for even as a Batman fan, you know, there are so many awesome looking Batman pieces. You can kind of feel like, you know, a little upset that there are too many coming out at the same time because you can't get them all. So as a result, Prime 1 did post a message on their Facebook page. It was posted by Kelvin Loke, who's posts a lot of their pictures and a lot of updates on the site. And I'm just going to give a quick read to that statement there. It says, "Hi guys, just to relay some messages. There have been some remarks that Prime 1 is showing too much love to Batman and fans of other licenses feels left out. Some are even saying that Prime 1 Batman is like Iron Man after the Batman Knight teaser was shown. The Batman Knight series is a personal pet project. They love the idea of Batman existing in the medieval age and is still in the concept stage. The storyline is going to be very interesting, still in the development stage, and the character design will be both refreshing and relevant to the timeline of the story. Hence, sorry Azad, it will be some time before anything is finalized. There are also other licenses that have not yet been announced and can't be announced at the moment, but once the green light is given, you guys will know it here first. That's a promise." So just to give you an update on the many licenses that you guys are asking, here are the latest updates. Marvel, boy you guys are going to regret asking for this. Development work has already started and you will be seeing something soon. Don't ask which characters, they are evil enough to keep it from me. But they say we will all be pleasantly surprised. Some of us anyway, can't please everyone. Witchers, patience bros, we will be seeing something very soon. A lot of teasers have been shown before Wonderfest, so stay tuned for more very soon. Bloodborne, sorry guys, we'll have to wait for a little while longer, but work has commenced. Other licenses not mentioned above, still too early to show anything, but once it comes, be prepared. So that was the statement from Prime 1 Studios, or the message that was relayed on the Prime 1 Collectors group. So if you want to stay up to date on all their posts, all their future projects, Marvel, Witcher, Bloodborne, make sure you go on Facebook and join that group for updates. Next up, we have some previews from XM Studios. First is the Sandman statue. Now you can see a couple of progression pictures from the XM Studios Facebook page. It first shows him without paint, and then with paint, and then the finished project. I gotta say, this Sandman piece looks really good. You know, he looks like sand, you know, and that's what you want from the Sandman. So I think XM Studios did a great job on that statue, and I think he'll look good in a display. Now we have a completed print of Namor the Submariner. This guy looks really good. And I gotta say, that base looks really awesome, really amazing. Now we have the finished product gallery of Batman, whose pre-order is actually gonna come on March 4th. So Prime 1 posted a finished product gallery. I gotta say, the more I see of this statue, the more I'm wishing that I would have placed an order for him when I had the chance. Now I know I said the pre-order was on March 4th, but ordering XM Studios statues can be a little bit tricky. I'll cover that in just a minute. Then once they released the final product gallery, they surprised everyone with what they're calling the Rage Mode Batman. So they've given their Batman statue a switch-out chest plate with a red emblem and alternate head with red eyes. Now my initial thought when seeing this statue was, well, they just copied what Prime 1 Studios was doing with their Batman Beyond statue. And yeah, they look very similar, and the timing is, you know, a little bit questionable. That Batman Beyond statue by Prime 1 got a lot of attention, a lot of positive feedback, and so with XM Studios releasing these pictures so soon after that, it might seem like a reaction to that, but it may not be. You know, could just be they both had the same idea at the same time, two different companies. You know, this Batman Beyond idea isn't you know, wasn't created by either XM or Prime 1. It was created by DC and you know, most recently the guys over at Rocksteady for the Arkham Knight video game. So it's not something that's unique and out of the ordinary, but the timing is a little bit questionable. But I think if XM Studios wants to give more pieces for their Batman statue, then I think that's great news for the collectors. They're always getting extra. Now I do question whether this Rage Mode Batman might get approved by DC, because all the licensors have to approve their statues before they get released. And my only thought about that is it might be too close to the Arkham Batman, and maybe XM Studios doesn't have that license, or maybe when they submit it to DC for review, DC might say, no, this other company, Prime 1, is already doing a statue like that. This looks too close to the same. Now, most of the time I wouldn't even question that, but in the past XM Studios has had some stuff rejected by, like, the Daredevil face, the Crazy face was rejected by Marvel. So in the past they've shown some stuff that wasn't necessarily approved yet. So that was my only thought on that. So speaking of XM Studios, that's going to bring us to our question of the week. So this episode's question of the week comes from YouTube. It comes from Alexis Kendra. Just looking at their YouTube pages, actually looks like Alexis and Kendra. And what they had to say was, awesome statue talk. I'm new in statue collection. Where can I order the XM Studio statue? Thanks. So XM Studios, to get their statues is a little bit different. They only have licenses in a particular territory. Now their license is limited to the following, specifically their Marvel and DC licenses are limited to the following countries in Asia: China, Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam, South Korea, and Brunei. So they have several distributors listed on their website, xmstudios.com, for purchasing their statues. You can also order them directly from their website if you're in those countries. Now outside of those countries, they can be a little bit difficult to obtain. Now today on their Facebook page, they did mention that they did secure a distributor in Europe. So now European buyers will be able to order them from select companies in Europe. Outside of that, especially in the United States, they can be a little bit hard to get because we can't order them directly. Now, why is that? Well, when a company has to purchase a license to produce those statues from Marvel and from DC, and so that contract limits XM Studios to those particular countries. Now, other companies in the United States might have an exclusive contract with Marvel and DC to sell statues in certain places, and which wouldn't allow XM to sell statues in those same countries. That's just how business can work sometimes. So currently, XM Marvel's and DC license is only in those countries, except now they're going to have some distribution for their Marvel license in Europe. Now, they do have some other statues that they're going to be coming out with. I think these are their own concepts, or more Japanese related characters or anime characters and whatnot, and those will actually be able to be sold worldwide. So if you're not in those countries, if you're in the United States, you can get them a couple of ways. Either you know someone in one of those countries who can pre-order the statue for you. There are some buy, sell, and trade groups on Facebook for statue collectors that often post those for sale, either before pre-orders or after the fact. You can also get them on eBay, which I don't recommend as a first choice because prices there are usually really expensive. So collector groups on Facebook, you can get them, and that's where I've pre-ordered some of mine. Now, a lot of these places and people somehow have pre-order slots before they actually go up for order on their website. So XM does a couple of different things with their products, where they have like elite collectors and different levels of collectors to pre-order. So some are able to secure spots before the pre-order even goes live on their website. But a lot of them do sell out fast. They can often be found on those buy, sell, and trade groups. Now, just so you know, shipping is not cheap from overseas. These XM pieces can cost a few $100s to ship, plus you're going to pay a little bit of a premium from whoever you buy it from. So that's where you can get your XM Studio statues. And then I want to thank Alexis and Kendra. Thank you for your question, and thank you for watching Statue Talk. Now, a couple of new pre-orders coming up. I'm going to start with a couple of the smaller ones. Now, you've seen that Alien Artifacts Plus statue from Kotobukiya. That is available to order now. And I went to the Kotobukiya US store, and I couldn't find it for sale there. But I know it is for sale on sites like Big Bad Toy Store. So you can probably find that at toy store websites, or sometimes you can even find them on Amazon. And he's $79.99, so I guess a pretty reasonably priced alien statue. Next we have a statue from DC Collectibles, and this is one that I'm going to be adding to my pre-order list. In fact, I already have. This is the DC Comics Designer Series statue Harley Quinn by Bruce Timm. This is the Batman Animated Series version of Harley Quinn, and she is priced at $104.99. And again, you can find her at stores like Big Bad Toy Store, or other toy stores from around the web, comic book shops. A lot of comic book shops carry DC collectibles, so there's lots of different places that you'll be able to get her from. Next we have a pre-order from Sideshow Collectibles. This is the Shard Mortal Trespasser Premium Format Figure. She is the next statue in the Court of the Dead series from Sideshow. Now, I didn't show Shard in the preview section, as Sideshow has only posted a little video of the statue as a teaser. We didn't have a full gallery yet of this piece. You can expect her to full gallery to show up on the Sideshow website soon. You know, if you like my page on Facebook, I will post a couple of pictures of it as soon as she is available. But if you like the Court of the Deadline from Sideshow, then you're gonna want to put her on pre-order. These don't tend to sell out fast, so there's no hurry. But if you want to pre-order her, I put a link in the comment section below. Click on that link, take you over to the Sideshow website, where you'll be able to order that statue. Also, with most new Sideshow statues, there's also a contest you can enter to win a shard for yourself. Now the next pre-order is a big one. This comes from Pop Culture Shock. This is the Ken from Street Fighter V. Pre-order goes live Monday, February 22nd at 3 p.m. There will be a few different versions of the statue. The exclusive versions come with both an original head and additional smirk head. You have a regular version which comes with one head that's priced at $374.99. You have the exclusive versions, either the red or the blue, that come with two different heads. That's $379.99. And then you have a mystery version which Pop Culture Shock is going to reveal on the 21st. So now when you pre-order PCS statues, if you pay up front in full, they will often give you a 10% discount with your order, or you can make payments, or you could even just put a like $100 deposit down to secure the statue. Now, a quick warning about Pop Culture Shock statues. If you haven't done a pre-order with them, sometimes they do sell out the same day. Lots of people will jump on at 3 p.m. on the dot to order them. Sometimes you won't even be able to. Their last couple of Street Fighter statues took a little bit longer to sell out, but I think this Ken statue might be a little hot. So if you are interested in him, you want to log on to the Pop Culture Shock website, make sure you have an account ready, make sure you're there at 3 p.m. Pacific time if you want to pre-order that statue. Now for me, I'm going to pre-order that statue. I'm probably going to have to pull over on the side of the road, make sure I have a good cell phone collection in order to put my pre-order in. It's 3 p.m. on a Monday. I'll likely be driving home from work. That's definitely the statue I want to add to my collection. You know, just looking at the great job PCS did on that Ken character, I think looks amazing. Ken is the character that I like to play in Street Fighter V, so I think it's going to be a good piece for me. To update you on my collection and what I'll be getting here and sharing with you on statue review. As you can see here, I've gotten the Street Fighter V Collector's Edition Ryu statue. Now, show some pics on my website and Facebook page of the Ryu. Now, for a $20–$30 statue, I actually think he is really a very nice little statue for the price. You know, the collector's edition is $100. The video game, normally brand new, costs $60 on its own. So for $30 more, you get an art book, you get some free digital comics, you get a download of a couple songs from the Street Fighter soundtrack, and then you get this Ryu statue too. And for that price, I really think they did a really good job, and I really like them. Probably the best collector's edition statue that I've ever received. I'm a little bit of a sucker for those collector's editions. So speaking of Ryu, just a couple of hours ago I got my first delivery from Pop Culture Shock. I got their Ryu statue, which I haven't opened up yet. So you know, he'll be coming soon to the channel. Review should be posted next weekend for Ryu. I got the regular edition of that statue, which I'm actually kind of glad that I did, and I'll tell you why. Normally, I'm a exclusive guy if a company wants to give you extra options for your statue, I think why not get it at the time. But I didn't get this Ryu statue when it first came out. I actually bought it after the fact, because at the time I wasn't really aware of Pop Culture Shock as a company or what they were doing with their Street Fighter statues. So I just have the regular version, which only has one head. There are two different exclusive versions. They both have 3 different heads. So they have the regular head, they have a grimacing head, and then they have a Udon comic book style head. Now for me, I like the regular edition because the regular head is the one I would probably be displaying anyway. So I'm not too upset that I didn't get an exclusive there. The other edition of Ryu is the battle damage version. And even though that one looks really good, you know, he's got his top pulled off and he's covered in bruises and covered in dirt, and his gloves, his gi, all that stuff is ripped up. And he looks really good, but I'm glad I didn't get that one either, because I'm hoping for a bearded Ryu from Pop Culture Shock in the future. I think that one would look good as a contrast to the regular version. So that's what I'm hoping for. I also, a custom Bane statue that I told you about should be on its way shortly. He's been paid for. I also had to paid for XM Black Bolt and Daredevil this last week. So he's going to be shipping the middle of March. But you know, as I said when explaining how to pre-order XM statues, he's got to come from overseas. So they're probably going to take a couple of weeks to get over here, and they're going to be here at the end of March. So the reviews will probably be at the beginning of April. I also got a notice today that the Sideshow Spider-Man Premium Format was going to be charging on March 4th. Now that's a Friday, so usually when they charge on a Friday, I will have the statue shipped to me on that Tuesday. And since I'm in California and Sideshow's in California, it takes their statues 2 days to get to me. So if I get it, if they ship it on the 8th, I'll probably have it either by that Thursday or Friday. For that statue, I'll try to get a review out as soon as possible, because I know a lot of people are going to want to see that Spider-Man statue. So that's a good one to have. Now I have a quick update from ARH Studios. If you know, ARH Studios is a producer of really nice statues. They do a lot of Greek statues like the Ares God of War. Fortunately, mine was like the only one damaged, so I had to send it back to get some stuff fixed up. But I have a couple of statues from them. The Golden Ares, the Death Dealer on Horse, and their Arion 2 statue coming my way. So they produce a lot of statues like that, a lot of great Medusas. But they also do, like the Arion is their own creation. So they have a lot of their own creations. I think they have a Queen of Vampires and a couple of different things. Well, to go along with their own creations, they started their own line of comic books. So this is ARH Comics with an X. So on arhcomics.com, they have they're having a promotion for some free digital comics. So I'm going to read to you just their little notice so you can get some digital comics from ARH Studios too. This is okay. Our ARH Comics website digital download feature is finally working. So to celebrate this new phase of ARH Studios, we are giving from today to the end of February 2016 free comic books to all our fans, friends, and customers. You just need to sign up to our ARH Comics website, choose your comic book, and buy it. At the checkout, you apply the coupon code below, and your comic will be completely free. Now the coupon code is ARH Comics. Now here's the list of comics ready for download right now. Queen of Vampires #1, Queen of Vampires #2, Arion Headhuntress #1, this is the one I'm most looking forward to, Astria #1, And by the end of this week, you'll be able to download 2 more for free, Arion Headhuntress #2, Astria #2, and you can get those from arhcomics.com. So they have a little link on their website for this notice, and it will show you how to get some free downloaded goodies. I've also added a couple of their comics to my pull list from Midtown Comics. I think it was the Queen of Vampires statue that Midtown had available, so I added that to my pull list, and then hopefully be able to get the Arion statues too. Or the Arion comics too, to go along with the statues that I'll be receiving. So if you like comic books and you'd like to check out something different and original, then check out the arhcomics.com website. This week's featured video review is by Radd Titan. Now, Radd Titan is probably one of my favorite YouTube channels to watch. These guys are both funny and informative with their statue reviews. So the video that they put out is the Aliens Warrior Bust by Sideshow Collectibles. Now, I don't have any alien statues in my collection, but I wanted to highlight one for you as we covered the Kotobukiya aliens piece earlier in this episode. So either click on the link in the comment section, or you should get a little pop-up in the corner of the screen with a link to the video from Radd Titan. You can also check out their website, raddtitan.com. They post a lot of features on different artists. They post a lot of different articles on their website that statue collectors might enjoy. If you enjoyed this latest episode of Statue Talk, please let me know what you think of some of the topics I covered in the comment section below. I may even feature your comments or questions on next week's episode. Now, if you're a statue addict like me and can't wait a whole week for the latest statue news, go ahead and check out my website, statuereview.com, or give me a like on Facebook. I try to share all the latest statue news from around social media on those 2 sites. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to keep up to date on all of my latest statue reviews. This has been Joseph Project for Statue Review. Thanks for watching.